Hey everybody, welcome back to microbeerreviews.com. Tonight from the Bell's Brewery out of Comstock, Michigan. We've reviewed a bunch of their beers over the years. This one I saw on the shelf. What is this? January 2019. I had not ever seen this before. It's called Lampshade Party Ale. It's a double IPA. This is 9% ABVs. And I looked up the IBUs and I don't remember what they were, but they've got to be pretty high since it's considered a double IPA. So this one has Australia Galaxy, Pacific Northwest. They call it the New School. Get it? Party Lampshade School Party IPA. And Idaho 7 hops. Says it jumps out with a hop character with juicy aromas of fruit punch, red berry, and pineapple. Bitterness is there, but balanced with a nice malt character. Feel free to indulge, and if a lampshade comes into play, so be it. So I admit, very different hops here. That's not usually a trio that you see very often. And it was red berry, pineapple, and fruit punch. I cannot remember the last time I reviewed a beer and they said there were fruit punch characteristics in there. So let's check it out and get it into said glass. I didn't cheat, I didn't have this one. I think this was $16 for this 6-pack. So it's got a nice double IPA color is what I would call this. It's got a nice orange tint to it. I can already smell it. It's a foot away from my nose. Quite a thick head on it with a little bit of coloration to it. Good carbonation. I would call this cloudy. I would not call this hazy. There's nothing residual floating around the glass, but I can't see you can barely see my hand here because of the characteristics there. Quite a bit of carbonation is boiling off the bottom. Alright, so the red berry you can smell for sure. There's definitely a sugary sweetness. I'll kind of blame that on the fruit punch and the pineapple. You can definitely smell pineapple. It's kind of like a passion fruit-ish type of aroma, but it's definitely very fruity. You can smell the Idaho 7s is what I would guess are in the background there as far as the hop characteristics, but you can tell it's not a solo hop in here at all. There's definitely a strong malty characteristic to both the blend of the fruit going on here as well as the hops, but the hops have a lot more of that kind of what I call that peppery, a lot more pungent, piney, but it's not anything, in my opinion, close to like a Mosaic or a Citra. It's got a lot more of that graininess, earthiness to it. So, all right, here we go. Cheers. Let's get in the glass. It's got a big, thick, viscous mouthfeel to it. It tastes like 9%. There's a little bit of booziness there, but nothing I would complain about. That's a powerful lampshade party in your mouth for sure. This thick. This is a kicker right here. I would say IBUs are 80 to 95 here. They're way up there. How do I describe this one? Big, powerful, thick, hoppy front to back. The berry definitely comes out in this. The sweetness in the pineapple absolutely comes out. This is one where you would have one and you would smell like you had had 6. So there's your fair warning on that one. It's got a good characteristic balance to it, just like in the aroma. It tastes very similar to what it smells like. Excuse me. And a lot of beers are not that way. I mean, I like Bell's a lot. I think they do very, very good beers. I will compliment on this one that it's different. So in the IPA crowded market, it's hard to stand alone. I can't really give you a comparator of what this would be similar to. It's very unique, and kudos again for that. It's not for the faint at heart. It's not for everybody, but for what I paid for it, and it's a 6-pack, not a 4-pack, that's pretty darn strong. This reminds me, I'll tell you what it kind of reminds me of. Dirt Wolf by Victory, where it used to be in a 4-pack. It was really hard to get. If this was in a 4-pack and it was $12 or $13, I would probably still buy it, because at the time when Dirt Wolf was around 3 or 4 years ago, it's similar to this. It's a powerful double IPA. It definitely has, again, enough of a separation of flavor compared to that market that's just way too crowded at this point. Point is, long review, a lot of babbling. I apologize. We rate our beers between 1 and 5. I would give this at least a 4.5. I might even give this a 4, more towards the 5, and it's simply because of how Bell's reinvented a double IPA using very non-classic ingredients into a very well-balanced beer. So I would absolutely buy this again. Again, I tell people when to drink this, don't drink more than one of these and drive. There's the disclaimer on that. Don't drink more than one of these if you don't want to have, somebody ask you how many beers you've had because of the way your breath smells. It's powerful. It's a kicker. So if you tried it, let us know. I love the name and the label. Kudos for that. Let us know what you think. Leave comments on our YouTube channel. We upload all the time. We do appreciate you watching. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe, and we will see you again real soon. Cheers.